Hey there, it's Blind Justice. I'm glad that you've decided to join me today. And today we're talking about deep fakes and AI and what that might mean for you. So, deep fakes, for those who don't know, let me give a quick rundown. Don't worry, this isn't going to be one of those videos where I give you 20 minutes of backstory and then 3 minutes of what the video's about. God, I hate videos like that, don't you? But deep fakes is where you can use AI algorithms to clone someone's voice and image in videos. You can plaster anyone's face on anyone's body. It's oftentimes used for adult material and or for heinous fake phone calls. And what I would like to say, what we're seeing now in the AI world when it comes to personalized, like cloning, this is the worst it's ever going to be. And it's already pretty damn good. 5 years from now, given the rate of growth, by the way, if you go back to 2000 and you look at the rate of growth for AI, where we were in 2002 is where they predicted we would be in 2030. That's how quickly that the technology is developing. So there's no true way to be able to tell what's going to be coming down the pipeline in 5 years because it's evolving so quickly that it's almost unpredictable at this point. We can literally make videos based off of word prompts. But that's not what you're here for today. So let's get back on topic. See, I told you I'd keep it short. And so deep fakes, the ramifications of deep fakes, they're so easy to do. They're so easy to create. Literally, all you need is a 30-second sounds clip of a person's voice. We've all seen the videos as of now where like Marcus Brownlee did his deep fake video where he had AI make a fake version of him and then another AI make a voice for him. And he combined the two to make a Marcus Brownlee video. I'd say it's about 98% believable. There's a few words, specifically ones on the back end of words a few words, like whenever there's multiple syllable words where you can tell that it's not quite lined right. But it's very few and far in between. And you really have to be paying attention to the dialogue and not what the dialogue is saying, but how the dialogue is being said to even be able to catch that. So with deepfakes in the adult industry, it is blowing up. What is it? There's a huge percentage of deepfakes OnlyFans accounts, which are completely artificially made people who don't exist, but people think they exist, and they're paying gobs of money to see these fake people do nasty, nasty things. Well, I mean, it's your money. Do what you want with it. But, that's another topic for another day. The effects of OnlyFans on society. But that will be outside of AI Week. So the problem really comes, what I feel like is going to have to happen is there's no way to stop it. There's none. It's like I said before, it's Pandora's box. Once this has begun, it's not ending. And we always talk about the great filter. One of the biggest mysteries of the universe is why, when we look out at the stars, we see nothing looking back that we can recognize. The Milky Way, the Earth and our solar system is young in comparison to those around us. So everyone else should have had a huge, big start. Therefore, their technology should be so much more advanced than us, right? But we don't see any of that. Or nothing that we recognize as technology. Maybe at some point it evolves to a degree that we can't recognize it with our current understanding of tech. That is a possibility, but one of the most common theories is the Great Filter. And the Great Filter is the belief that every civilization at some point during their development and their growth reach a point of destruction that we just are unaware yet because we haven't reached it ourselves. And a lot of people are saying that AI is that level of destruction, because with AI, anything and everything becomes possible to create, which means nothing can be believed anymore. Not even videos that you see with your own eyes, not even audio that you hear with your own ears. Anything can be faked, and there's no way to tell that it's faked unless you can catch it, and the ability to catch it is getting harder and harder. Within 5 years, there will be 100 to 100% accuracy, a 1-to-1 accuracy. It probably a lot shorter than that, and we don't have any laws in place, and we can't make any laws in place because the AI, the black boxes, that's what they're called, these AI algorithms, because basically they're neural networks that have been fed data information, and they process it the same way a human brain does, and they give an output the same way a brain does. So we don't really understand the complexities of the algorithms within the black box. We just understand the input-output. So it's self-programming based off of data that it's fed, which within itself is scary, because we can't go in and look in its data. All we can do is take a black box and put parameters on the output after its output. And the problem is these black boxes have leaked online, and there's a bunch that are open source, which means you can download the code and literally create your own. Lambda 2, literally the code for that, available online right now, free for download. And you can literally create your own AI bot to do anything. So what's going to end up happening is back in the 2010 to 2020, the internet, the era of misinformation. Yeah, you think that was the era of misinformation? Trust me, people are going to look back in 10 years and laugh at 2010 to 2020 and say, man, I wish we could go back to that level of disinformation, because the level of disinformation we're about to hit and we are hitting is unbelievable. Whenever you have audio of Joe Biden and George Bush and Barack Obama and Donald Trump all sitting together and talking shit, horrible things that they would never say, and to the average listener, if it wasn't labeled as an AI conversation, they would not be able to tell. Right now, it's just being used for comedy purposes. How long until it's used for malicious purposes? Because if someone can, it will be. And it has been. Revenge adult material. You break up with your ex, even if you don't have videos of them doing the nasty. Guess what? If you just have a couple of videos of their face or a still frame picture, it can do a 90% accuracy layover. And it can, onto a similar body. Or if you have a full picture of their body with clothes on, it can take off their clothes and reconstruct their naked form based off of their form of their body. And it can be used in live videos. And if you have a part of their voice, if you just have them saying a few sentences, guess what? Now you have the ability for them to be naked, doing whatever nasty act you want them to do with their voice. And it's 100% believable. Well, not 100, but it's like 98% believable. Like I said, the multiple syllable words are harder. It's usually the last syllable that it messes up on the very end of the syllable for now. And that's the audio cue I use to make sure that what I'm listening to is actually from a human and not from a pre-programmed AI algorithm. But that's only going to get fixed. Those bugs are only going to get removed. And so the era of misinformation, how are we going to be able to punish people for crimes whenever videos can completely be made out of thin air to show anyone doing literally anything? If you noticed, we had a fake attack, quote unquote, where there was a huge thing online yesterday of the Pentagon getting attacked, and there was all this smoke from the Pentagon building and all this stuff, and it went crazy on Twitter, and then it was picked up by news outlets, and the news outlets were going crazy with it. Oh my God, the Pentagon has been attacked, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? That was a fake AI image. All it took was one guy at a computer, wrote in a few commands, draw a picture of the Pentagon being attacked and smoke arising from the building, click. It literally had a super realistic photo of that. Posted it on Twitter with the caption, the Pentagon is under attack. Boom. #1 on trending on Twitter. All over news networks. Because of course it's real. The image is right there. Screw checking facts, CNN and Fox. And there was a couple of other agencies that talked about this as well. But the reason why I chose CNN and Fox to dog on, because they're polar opposites, and both of them picked up this story. Which shows me there's not really that much fact checking on either one. If they're willing to see an image on Twitter that's trending on Twitter with actual no backed up data, you think they could have called someone and asked them if there was an attack at the Pentagon, but nope, they instantly picked up the story and ran it. It's only going to get better from here. The technology is only going to become more believable from here. And if one image from one guy at a computer with 2 sentences can create an image that disrupts all of Twitter and gets on the news, how long until something more heinous happens? How long until an extremist group makes a video, an audio clip to support their extremist views, by saying, oh, look, so-and-so has said something horrible about us, or so-and-so is in favor of our extremist ideologies, or so-and-so, has declared that we should go and attack blah, 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 or this or that. And if you don't think it's going to be used for that, you're a fool. It's absolutely going to be used for that, because people love power, and this is a cheap, easy way to have power. When you have access to anyone's image and voice, and you can use it in such a way to profit off of it, to benefit your political ideologies off of it, in order to be able to rein in power and control over others, it's going to happen. It absolutely is going to happen. So the level of misinformation that we're at now is going to be laughed at. Like I said, wait till 2026, 2027. When AI can write full books in 30 seconds, and then people can take that and copy it over and sell it on Amazon's book listings, which, by the way, has been happening like crazy, then art is dead. There's no point in being a book writer anymore whenever AI is popping out thousands of books and people are selling them on Amazon as their own work. There's no point in, but that's such a negative outlook. No, this is a realistic outlook. And if you're not looking at this through a realistic lens, then you're really, really being reckless right now. My previous video talked about how AI is being used in education and the ramifications of that, and how you aren't going to be able to stop it. This is how you're not going to be able to stop misinformation thanks to AI. There's absolutely no way that you're going to be able to do that. If you think you can, you've already been fooled to think that you can, because they don't want you to know that you can't. They want you to have that ego to think that you will still be able to. Of course, I'll be able to recognize the difference between an AI voice and video compared to a real one. I'm not that big of a... No, they want you to have that ego because it prevents you from looking deeper into to find the AI stuff. So here's another quick idea that I could see. What if you have a leader from one country that says, oh, I'm going to nuke this other country. And, there's a video of them talking about it. There's a video of them saying that they're going to do it, and here's when they're going to do it. And there's audio and there's video. And it gets, quote unquote, leaked online. All of a sudden, the other country is like, oh, we have to respond first. Let's attack now. Do you not think that that's a possibility? Because I think it's not only a possibility, but it's an inevitability unless there's some way we can find a way to stop this, which I don't believe we currently have the ability to do. Why is that? If someone can get an image generated of the Pentagon being attacked and it spreads to the #1 on trending and it gets picked up by all the news, then of course a leaked audio and video of a president or of a whoever it is in charge of these in different countries stating quote unquote secret information about secret attacks in different places. All it takes is a pinprick to World War III. Just a little pink. Maybe there's a video of our president stating that they're going to invade Russia and they're going to, remove Putin from power. Maybe that's the one push, the last push that's needed by Putin to say, all right, red button time, mink. Or maybe it's the same thing with China. Maybe there's a video of China, the leader of China saying, oh, you know what? We're going to invade Taiwan in 2 weeks. And if America tries to stop us, we're going to eliminate all of Americans. So then what does America do? We retaliate immediately. Because all the news agencies have picked it up and they're talking about, will a president have the strength to stand up against these crimes? And now it's no longer a question of if that initial statement was real, but it's a statement of what is our president going to do about it? Because if they do nothing, then they're weak. And the last thing a president wants is low poll numbers. And so it doesn't matter what's real anymore. What matters is how you react to the data that's given based off of your poll numbers. That's all politics is. And so if the mass believes that it's real, and if the news agencies pick it up like they did the stupid image, and they talk about how it's real, and we've seen this before. Do you think that our president has the strength to do something about, blah, 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 blah. We can't have a weak president because if we do, then China will invade Taiwan. Like, how many times have we heard these talking points? And now if the leaked audio and data audio and video comes out from one of these places, it's going to boost the news ratings. And that's what they care about. All they care about is getting viewer retention. Okay, I have a minor in communications. I can speak on this topic. I took PR classes. I took broadcasting classes. So all they care about is viewer retention. The stories, the more dramatic and the more upsetting the story, the more likely it is to get on air, because that's what retains viewer retention. So all these news agencies are picking it up, getting great viewership, great view numbers, great profit for the companies, and so they're all talking about those talking points. Well, today we have so-and-so guest. Do you think our president has what it takes to stand up against so-and-so? Have you seen the leaked audio and video from blah, 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 blah. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I just fill in the words. You already know the sentences. And so then the pressure will be on. I have to retaliate, because if I don't, I'll be considered weak. I'll be considered lesser, and I'll have less, voting power and less approval rating, especially if it's only within the first 4-year term. Oh, you best believe that's going to put pressure on the powers that be to actually do something. And it will get done, unfortunately. So who's to say that is not the great filter? I personally believe it is. And I believe that we're on a train track riding down as fast as we can, and way off in the distance, almost to an unimaginable distance, there's a break in the rail. And we are too far away to see it, but we got a good idea it's there. This has been Blind Justice. Share this out to those who you think are like-minded individuals, and I will see you tomorrow in AI Week's video. Have a great day.